Have you ever heard someone say it's a journey, not the destination? And your first reaction is to wince and cringe and disgust? Yeah, me too. I'm just, I'm over it. So over it. But the thing is, I'm realizing I'm not over it because it's wrong. I'm over it because it's true. And I hate that it's true. I'm Soul, I'm an energy healer, and here we do the inner work and outer work necessary to be the best versions of ourselves. So let's be frank here. I struggle with this. I really struggle with this. Every time I make progress in anything, my goals, business, like just my mood, how I feel, there's this moment that always comes. It's predictable. I can almost expect it now, where I get tired, I get fed up, and I just want to quit. Toss the whole thing aside. It happens so often, it doesn't even feel like giving up anymore. It's just kind of part of the process. You ever been there? Well, apparently that is the journey. Not just the good parts, but all of it, the messy middle, the setbacks, the rage quitting, the rage struggling, the perpetual boredom of doing the same thing day in and day out. Because you know good and well that doing the right things over and over again lead to your diet lead to your desired destination. And I haven't fully accepted that. So when we chase a destination, we are chasing a fleeting moment in time, a single snapshot, a moment that might have already passed and we didn't even notice. We didn't notice because we were either trapped in the past, too engrossed in the wrong thing in the present, or too focused on the future. So in this video, I want to do something a little different. I want to talk about the past in a very real, messy, honest way that hopefully will give way to a more nostalgic, rose-tinted view. This is actually going to be the start of a mini series where I talk to you and myself about connecting with our past, present, and future selves. Because I think a lot of us are lost in time. So let's start with guilt and shame. Why do we beat ourselves up for what we don't know or what we didn't know? Like, we didn't know. Like, why do we treat past ignorance as if it's a betrayal, especially when we had no way of knowing better? It just makes no sense to me. But it's what we do. And only humans can have thoughts about their thoughts, have feelings about their feelings, which only complicates things further. So even if we did know when we had that gut feeling and we just ignored it, where's the self grace? Why is it so hard to forgive ourselves for taking time, for making decisions, for acting on a decision? The shame over where we started, where I started, is very real. I feel it every day. I carry it with me. I'm deeply ashamed of a lot of my life choices. And maybe you are too. Maybe that's why you haven't even begun to start the thing you wanted to start, because you don't want to be you don't want that experience to be another shameful chapter. And what if we can reframe that? What if all those bad decisions are just side quests? What if we're doing all of the side quests first? So hear me out. There's this viral video. I'll link it somewhere up there, down there. Well, I'll find a spot. What happens when you do all the side quests first? Um, and so I really like this analogy. The more I think about it, it comforts me. Um, so, right, in a video game, when you're doing side quests, you're not thinking about your level or your age exclusively. You're just You're just doing your thing. You're learning skills, grinding, gaining experience, meeting weird characters, getting oddly specific, rare items. And then when you finally do get back to the main quest, to the main storyline, you can breeze right through it. You're powerful, you've seen things, you've maxed out on everything. So I don't think we're behind. Maybe we're just deep into side quests, and that's okay. That's more than okay. So for myself, there's something I never thought I'd say, and that's to go back to school. Not for a piece of paper, not because it will make anyone proud. It won't even help my business. Um, having a degree in what I'm doing now has no bearing on that. But I just want it for the experience. Like, I want to know what it feels like to be in school and not be broke and stressed every second of a lecture. I want to be able to study without the fear that a $200 textbook will unwillingly suppress my appetite. And yeah, I've even heard people say, once you have money, you realize school's not worth it. But for me, that's missing the point. I want to go back because I want the experience, not the credential, not the piece of paper. I want to ask questions, learn things without my brain being hijacked by survival mode. Outside of school, there are so many things I've always wanted to learn, right? Like violin, martial arts, watercolor, getting back into tennis, all the things I'd never had time or money for. And I refuse to feel the shame about not doing them earlier in life. It wasn't laziness, it wasn't failure, it was surviving life. For many of people, for my previous self, happens to be how life is lived. So we can't hold shame over that. We can't hold shame over living. And it's wild, but it's no one's fault. We'll run out of fingers trying to figure out where to point the blame. We ironically do have to take ownership. And I know what you're thinking. It's not my fault. Why should I take responsibility? We live in this world where we blame and sue each other because we think it comes with some sense of justice. But we're holding out for an apology that might not ever come. And when it does come, it could easily just be a lie because it's forced upon us. Or we expect a zebra to be polka dotted and then call it justice. Like, why waste energy on that? Just say your piece and then leave in peace. So, why do we take responsibility at all in this case? The answer is because you own the present. You own what happens next. Even if you felt as if I had no control before, you have it now. Being passive in the past is how we ended up here, but being active now is how we get out. So, how do we actually do this? How do we keep going on days when everything feels like it's falling apart? Uh, I'm asking and I'm telling because I'm asking it for myself right now. I'm less than 90 days into YouTube, less than 100 days into my business. I'm in the thick of it. This is not some shiny, polished success story. This is documentation of the struggles to success. Um, I'm not okay, but I will be because I showed up today. I hit that record button and I decided that being here with you, being here with myself, despite the mess, was way better than doing nothing. I took action. That's, that's all I had in me today. And sometimes that's enough. This journey thing, it's not about grit. It's not about pushing harder or burning out. It's about taking notice, noticing that the moment in time is here, fully feeling it, processing it, and giving it the integration that it needs. Is about pausing long enough to say, this sucks, but I'm here anyway. Let's make it count. It's realizing that grace and ownership can coexist, that you can be mad at your past self and should still love them, that you can regret choices and still believe in your future. And I want that for you. I want that for me, for all of us. So if you feel like quitting, if you're looking at your life wondering, how did I end up here? I want you to know you're not alone, not broken, not late, and definitely not a failure. You're just on a side quest. It's not a waste. It's leveling up quietly, slowly, painfully, yet powerfully. No one will see this, but remember, note to self, take action. Um, so there's that. This is the start of a series. The series is going to be um, right one of my playlists connecting the past, present, and future self. We're starting with the past because that's where a lot of our shame lives, but soon we'll talk about the present and the future, one video at a time. If you made it this far, thank you. Seriously, thank you. I know this was fun. Um, but if it resonated, let's keep the conversation going in the comments with what's one thing you wish you could say to your past self. Um, but I think a better question would be, what's something your future self might be trying to tell you now? Uh, because maybe this time we'll listen to ourselves. I'll see you next week.